Hi everyone, this is the ukulele tutorial for the what I'm calling riff. It actually happens to be the little horn section in Yellow Submarine. I believe we sing two verses and a chorus, and then I think they do and the band begins to play, and that's when the little brass band comes in. So you may be asking yourself, why am I sitting here with a baritone ukulele if this is for ukuleles? Well, it's going to help in this if you realize what they're doing and what we're going to be doing on the ukulele. The baritones are going to set this up. You could play this riff. It can be played on the ukulele in its entirety. It can be played on the baritone in its entirety. But it's quite an extensive little riff to play all at once. And I thought we should take and use the instruments to their best ability. The baritones are really good in the low end, so they're going to play the actual beginning like that, okay? So you got a low end. Then the ukes are going to play the ba 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 ba. They're going to play that. Now the baritones are already also going to support, since they have this nice thick sound, they're going to do two G chords right after they do the run. It sounds like this. That may sound familiar to you. It's like the theme from the Addams Family. That's exactly what it is. It's just a run up, an actual scale run, like that, up from the D note, okay? So the baritones are going to be playing that. Which leaves you to, what do the ukuleles do? Well, let's take a look at exactly what the ukuleles are going to do. So if you have your ukulele, now this isn't a shuffled rhythm. The way you count the shuffle rhythm, it's instead of 1 and 2 and, it's 1 and a 2 and a 3 and a 4 and a. And I have this mapped out. I'm using my slashes for where you don't play, and then I've got your fingering in there in regular tabs. So let's take a look at the run. Now the counting, when you first look at it, might be really difficult to do, but once you hear it, you're probably going to be able to hear this a lot easier than being able to read it, unless you're used to reading tab. So let's take a look at the fingering. Very important fingering on this. So we already know that the berries are going to go ba 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 ba, then they're going to play their two G chords. After they do their run, ba 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 ba, the ukuleles are going to play this. Ba ba ba, like that, okay? Let's take a look at that and see what's exactly going on here. Okay, fingering is very important for this. So the first part of the run, you're going to use your index finger on the first string, middle finger on the second, right there, second fret, first string. All this is played on the first string, and it's this. And you'll notice on your chart, if you were counting it, it'd be 1 and a 2 and a 3. 1 and a 2 and a 3, okay? But it might be easier just to hear it. Let me set the metronome for you. And it's like this. 1 and a 2 and a 3. 1 and a 2 and a 3. One more time. 1 and a 2 and a 3. Okay, so the counting can maybe confuse you, but you can hear it. It's ba 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 da 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 ba 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 ba. Now the second part, and this is why the fingering's important. We're using our fingers like this. The second part goes, and you'll notice you're going to start with the ring finger on the second string, third fret, then down to your middle finger on this 2, open, back to your middle finger on the second fret there. Then you want to come all the way down to your C string, third string, second fret. Now the reason this is important is if you start like this, notice how your fingers are covering all 3 frets. You have to, you're already start right in where you want to be. By moving to here, that leaves this index finger open to reach up and grab that. You could go, but that's just a really hard move to make, to jump, and it's going to be rather fast to take that middle finger and try to jump over. If you use the correct fingering, very easy to step your index finger over onto this C, the 3rd string, 2nd fret, okay? So let's take this at 80 so you can hear the whole thing, okay? And I'll put in the Barry part for you. So here we go. 1, 2, 3. Ba 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 ba. Ba 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 ba. Okay, one more time. 1, 2, 3. Ba 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 ba. Ba 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 ba. Just like that. Now you'll notice on that 2nd riff that we actually start when the Barrys in their run, they go ba 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 ba. When they hit that note, 1, 2, 3, 4 and a 1. That's when we play. We're right there with them. Ba 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 ba. And that's how we get our run started. Ba 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 ba. Very easy fingering again if you use the right fingering. So let's go over that one more time. In fact, I'm going to slow it down. We've got this at 80. Let's take it down a little bit to 72. Okay, and here we go. 1, 2, 3. Ba 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 ba. Ba 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 ba. One more time. 1, 2, 3. Ba 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 ba. Ba 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 ba. And that's the riff. Now you can play this a couple ways. A lot of people they'll play with their thumb. You could go ba da da da. You can do it like that. You could use your index finger if you wanted. When we were finger picking, you could use it and you're picking up just like when we finger picked. Ba da da da. Ba 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 ba. Like that. I probably will use my, see if I'm playing it. I could use either one. So it's totally up to you. To learn this, I would suggest taking a finger, just pick one of them. If you're more comfortable playing the faster runs with your index, if you want to use your thumb, but I would just stick with one and just play it until you have it. Once you can play the riff, then you can bounce back and forth and decide which finger. But I would just go on and pick one. Maybe the thumb for the first part, but it's up to you. Just like that. Whatever. I'll use my thumb. So let me play this one more time at 72. Okay, so you can read it out. Remember, we have the Barrys playing in there. They're going to have that nice slow thing coming in with a G chord pumping in on top of our run. So here we go. 1, 2, 3. Ba 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 ba. Ba 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 ba. Ba 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 ba. Ba 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 ba. One more time. Ba 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 ba. Ba 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 ba. Let's take this up to 80. This is 80. 1, 2, 3. Ba 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 ba. Ba 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 ba. Ba 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 ba. Ba 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 ba. Just like that, okay? So take your time, slow it down if you need to, whatever you need to do to get that in. If you can't play this run and it's too difficult, think about playing along with the Barrys on the G. You can always go ba 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 ba, ba 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 ba. That would be totally acceptable as well. So whatever you're comfortable with, play around with this and have some fun, and we'll get this song put together.